ultimate meditation tips that helped me. Number 5 of 5. So this is the big one really. Getting lost in thoughts. Those thoughts come on and sometimes you lose yourself completely and don't even realize that you're not following the breath anymore because you've been thinking and you don't know that you've been thinking. That's the ultimate zombie state. And of course, as soon as you realize you were thinking, that's when you're not thinking anymore. You're out of it. You're free. So that's interesting. The nature of the mind is referred to often as monkey mind, you know. It will intrude, it will come in. You've just got to work with what you've got really. But if each time you know, gently just push it away. You don't want to get angry with yourself. That gives it the wrong message. You put yourself in the wrong frame of mind. You gently just push the thought away and you just return back to your point of focus. Usually the breath, right? That's the classic. And by doing it gently, you don't upset yourself. You keep this equanimity, this sort of state that you want there for the meditation. Now the other thing is, each time you push that away and just gently bring your attention back to the meditation, you are actually training your neural pathways in the brain. You're teaching your mind that this is the way I want to be. This is how I want you to operate. This is actually what the task is. And your mind will always try to take the easiest route of things. That's why, you know, we procrastinate, because we see a thing as hard, you know, for example. So if you can make that the easiest route, then the brain will have a better time adapting to it. So you'll be basically teaching your mind, you know, this is how I want to be, this is how I want to be. It's going to be less work, you know, if we get to it, because I'm going to be doing this anyway. Less work here for the grey matter to have to crunch, right? Thoughts, they will come up, and sometimes, you know, Mingyur Rinpoche made a very interesting point about this. You know, he challenged people with, hey, what about thinking meditation? Well, how about that? Try, just as an exercise, to concentrate on your thoughts as a meditation. So you need to try and have thoughts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, have thoughts. Thoughts. Now, you better be thinking. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Right? And it's really hard to do it on command. And so you learn a lot about the nature of the mind from even just that exercise. And it's hard to do it when you need to do it, when you're being forced. Or you might be in another meditation session where, you know, you've spent half the session completely lost somewhere in thoughts, and then right towards the end of the session, the instructor might say to you, well, great, okay, now just let your mind be free, don't have any fixed point, and just let it think if it wants to think. And that's the point. You think, well, that's all I've done. No, okay, let's knuckle down. And that seems to be the easiest point sometimes in the meditation, to actually enjoy the clarity of the meditation. That's really instructive, and it tells you a lot about how the mind works. So I'd say go with it, be gentle with the thoughts, they will come, but the act of those thoughts coming and going are to be observed as well. They are part of the meditation, and comes into point number 4 of all the sound and the things around you. You know, everything is the state as it is, and if that means it's a complex mind right now, you can be aware of that, you know, but just don't get lost in it, if at all possible.